Hello everyone, if you're new to Rec Room, here are 13 things you need to know. If you're not new to Rec Room, you'll enjoy the video anyway, as I'm sure you can relate to many of these points. So let's begin. Number 1. Clothing items can get expensive. Rec Room offers a wide variety of clothing items, but they don't come cheap. In fact, some items are so pricey that they'll make your wallet cry. For example, a unicorn horn can cost you 12,000 tokens, which is $20 US for a unicorn horn. But people still happily buy these items every day and even gift them to their friends. It's no surprise that Rec Room is doing well. They've mastered the art of creating rare and expensive limited time items that players are desperate to get their hands on. It's either that we're all a bunch of suckers, or we just love the game so much that we don't care about spending all our hard-earned tokens on silly, whimsical fashion choices. But hey, it's all part of the fun, right? Well, tell that to my MasterCard statement. Number 2. Rec Room lore is confusing to say the least. Let's talk about the most baffling thing ever. Rec Room lore. Who is Coach? What's the deal with the year 1987 plastered everywhere? And when is Rec Room finally going to give us any more information about the Forbidden One and the Forsaken One? Nobody warned me how much I'd be scratching my head trying to figure it all out. So I'm warning you now, preemptively. The game developers must be secretly giggling behind the scenes as we struggle to piece all of this crazy, elusive lore together. I just hope they have a plan to eventually make a story about it, because honestly, everyone's just straight up confused at this point. Number 3. Making friends is kind of difficult. Rec Room promotes itself as a social hangout game, and it's an incredible platform for socialization once you do have a close friend circle. However, I think it's important to point out that before you start playing Rec Room, you should have appropriate expectations. Even if you're a total social butterfly, talking to strangers doesn't scare you, and you're really able to make friends easily, it can still be tough out there. When you go to public lobbies of Rec Room Originals, you might find that many people are mute, should be on a junior account, but they're not, and the ones that do talk normally are generally shy and not wanting to engage too much. Despite these initial challenges, making friends in the game is not impossible. The key is to be patient, friendly, and open-minded. Joining clubs, participating in events, and playing a variety of games can help you meet a wider range of people. And once you find a group of players that you click with, try to stay in touch and make an effort to play together regularly. Just go into the whole thing realizing that the Rec Room trailers make it seem super easy to have a ton of fun from day one. For me and many others, forging these friendships took a lot of time and effort. Number 4. Beware of the Rec Room curse. You may think you're just going to play Rec Room in VR for an hour or two, but before you know it, it's 3 a.m. and you're still playing. It's like the game has cast a spell on you and you just can't escape its grasp. You tell yourself you'll stop after just one more quest run through or just one more round of paintball, but then you lose track of time and keep going. Suddenly you've been playing for 6 hours straight and you can't remember the last time you blinked or stood up from your chair. This is compounded if you're a builder. You'll literally build for hours, and after being lost in your project, remember you haven't eaten or fed your dog that day. Don't say I didn't warn you about the Rec Room curse. Number 5. The community is unpredictably entertaining. Oh boy, where do I even start with this one? The Rec Room community is truly a unique bunch. It is the internet after all. Before you start playing, brace yourself for the weirdness. You'll find all sorts of interesting characters, from military role players to 12-year-olds that want to talk your ear off when you're trying to focus in Rec Royale. You'll even encounter people fabricating a new existence that's more exciting than the reality. Sorry, I'm having a flashback to that guy with the fake British accent who was actually from Oklahoma. What was up with that? Number 6. Everything is customizable. You can customize your Rec Room experience to no end. For example, you get to pick your outfit, and let me tell you, there are more clothing options in Rec Room than there are in a Kardashian's closet. You can choose from fancy dresses, leather jackets, dinosaur costumes, and even a hot dog suit. Yes, you heard me right. A hot dog suit. Who wouldn't want to run around Rec Room dressed as a delicious piece of fast food? Not only can you dress up like a hot dog, but you can choose from a ton of accessories to complete your look. Want to wear a fedora with your hot dog suit? Go ahead, be a hot dog detective. Want to wear a tiara with it instead? You're a hot dog princess now. With custom clothing now becoming more popular and Rec Room likely coming out with more custom avatar items in the future, the possibilities really are endless. Number 7. The code of conduct is strongly enforced. Before getting into the game, note that the code of conduct in Rec Room is like the Bible of the virtual world. That's a weird way of phrasing it. Anyway, you'll need to follow the Rec Room code of conduct or you'll end up in Rec Room jail, aka banned. And let me tell you, that's not a place you want to be. The main things to remember are just don't be a troll, keep it clean, and respect others. Trolling is a big no-no and can get you banned if you take it too far. Don't go around trying to annoy or harass other players, and definitely don't engage in any behavior that might be considered trolling, like griefing other people. Keeping it clean means keep your language and behavior appropriate for all ages. Avoid using profanity at others, making sexual references, or engaging in any behavior that might be considered inappropriate or offensive. If you're in a private instance of a room with friends, you can swear and whatever, but in public lobbies of Rec Room Originals, a thing called voice moderation exists. It's automated, and what you say can trigger a ban, and other players can report you too, so be aware that there's definitely accountability for bad behavior here. As long as you're following the rules, your account will be preserved and you can continue to enjoy the game. Number 8. Regardless of the code of conduct, toxic people still exist. Toxic players. They're like that moldy sandwich you forgot about in your backpack for 3 weeks. Appalling, and something you definitely want to avoid getting close to. There are many kinds of toxic players who think they're above the rules. They'll spam, harass others, and just generally be a nuisance because they think they're untouchable. There are also some people who use hacks or cheats to break the game. They might think they're being cute, but they're really just ruining the game for everyone else. Sometimes people aren't even trying to be horrible necessarily, they're just wildly immature. Head to any public rec center to witness kids zooming around screaming their heads off like they're at an unmanned daycare, and you'll see what I mean. These players might be tough to deal with and straight up annoying to witness, but they're easy to report. So make use of the report and block button and let Rec Room mods handle the situation. It can really be frustrating when it seems like that person's being completely toxic and there's no repercussions, but rest assured there are, even if they don't get a ban until the next day. It's not always instant, these things take time, but in the meantime, just don't take it personally. Number 9. Etiquette is a thing and seasoned players will get mad. Failing to revive your teammates in a quest, refusing to stand on the platform before a quest starts, or stealing someone's loot crate in Rec Royale may seem like minor infractions, but when you play the game all the time and someone comes along and displays poor Rec Room etiquette, it's enough to make you want to rip your virtual hair out. Honestly, when people walk up beside the loot crate I'm opening in Rec Royale and proceed to take the best items, it's really tough to not say anything. I actually do speak up most of the time. Let this be a PSA for etiquette, even if you're not new to the game, because I'm disappointed to report some of the worst offenders for not reviving and robbing crates have been people who play the game often. Number 10. Rec Room has its own lingo. If you have never heard the terms Rectuber or Forbidden One before, brace yourself. When you play the game, you'll hear all sorts of words and phrases you've never encountered before. Things like coach, which has nothing to do with sports, and PTSD from mice bots may leave you feeling confused. Rest assured, there's strong culture here, and you'll adapt. In the meantime, feel free to ask. People are always happy to explain what things mean. When there's an update and someone begrudges the new watch UI and how much it sucks, you'll eventually know exactly what they mean. I promise. Number 11. You can earn money playing the game. Who said you can't make a living from playing video games? If you make popular maps in Rec Room, you can earn a significant amount of tokens that can be converted into real-life cash. And if you're a top creator collaborating with other top creators, you can make a real career out of this. The game even holds contests several times a year to reward the best map designs. And now, Rec Room has launched a video partner program that pays content creators for every supporter that makes a purchase in-game. My code in the game is Tara, so definitely enter that code in your watch or hit the support button on my profile if you want to help this channel continue to grow. I did also make a recent video showcasing the top 5 ways to make money in Rec Room, so check that out if you want more details on the creator economy. But definitely know that if you get really into the game, you can turn that passion into real income, which is pretty cool. That's something that makes Rec Room really stand out. Number 12. Rec Room is not just a VR game. Most people who start playing Rec Room figure that it's only on the platform they're playing on. This is a false assumption. It's easy to think this way though because the game will try to matchmake you with players of a similar skill level, and if you're on screen mode, it will try to pair you with other screen mode players and vice versa for VR. But this game is on every platform except Nintendo Switch, I believe. There's Android, Apple, Xbox, PlayStation, PSVR, Quest 2, and Steam, aka PC VR. The good news is that if you get hooked on the game, you don't have to worry about bringing your VR headset everywhere you go. You can log in from anywhere. Number 13. You can get really addicted and opinionated about Rec Room. Oh boy, get ready to become an opinionated Rec Room fanatic. You'll find yourself caring about things you never even knew existed before playing this game. You'll have a lot to say about voice moderation, those pesky junior accounts that are unresponsive and don't blink, and all the features that absolutely need to be added. Your friends won't be able to escape your lengthy discussions about why Rec Room should have a specific clothing item, hairstyle, or new game mode. And don't even get me started on the lack of new quests. You'll be whining about it for weeks. And when the weekly challenge is a letdown, you'll feel the pain to your core. Trust me, once you fall deep into the rabbit hole of Rec Room, you'll be personally offended by a lot of things. Who knew a virtual world could be so infuriatingly addictive? Rec Room can be more than just a game though. It can be a whole lifestyle, and you will make unforgettable memories. It's just a matter of time. Now, if you want to learn about the types of players that play Rec Room, check out this video here.